from the News Channel 5 network, this is Titans Talk.
Thanks for joining us tonight here on News Channel 5 Plus. In for Steve Lehman, I'm Jonathan Hutton for Titans Talk. Coming up this hour, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Rhett Bryan, executive producer for the Titans Radio Network, will be in studio with us. We'll be talking about the Titans moving forward over the final 6 games of the regular season. They were in Jacksonville this past Thursday night and fell by 6 points, 19-13 the final. They were actually back at work today at St. Thomas Sports Park, where Mike Mularkey addressed the media following a brief practice.
Ahead, an extra day to work ahead, or are you just working on your own stuff today?
A little bit of both. We introduced Oakland today, and then came out here and did some situational football, just competitive on some of the periods to just to have a good tempo, get a break of sweat, and we worked third down, we worked blitz, worked in the red zone area. A lot of things, and again, got back to just, I know it's what time of the year it is, but we worked a lot of fundamentals and techniques as well in the individual periods and with special teams.
How much can a little rehash of fundamentals help at this time of year, do you think?
You can't get enough of it, especially this time of the year. I know we have three padded practices left. Those are important. That's not many, but you really can lose some of the details of your pad level and the fundamentals when those pads come off, and so we're still stressing that even today. But this was a good day to have that.
Your guys' bye week was way back in week 4. How much does the little mini bye kind of help to recharge everybody?
I think it's helped. I mean, it really helped with the. I know I feel better just from getting some rest, and I know with these guys getting off their feet, getting away from it mentally and physically, and they were really flying around here today for a Monday. And it can't hurt at all to have that time.
Mike, did you craft a message for these final games of the regular season, or has it already been said and they know what needs?
No, they know. We got attention to detail these last games. They know what the message is. We just got to do a better job of finishing games than we have. And there's a lot of, I told them there's a lot of good. The one thing you can do is reflect when you're away from it for a couple of days. There's a lot of good things going on. There's been improvement in areas. There are guys that are playing well. There are some guys that probably, play better for us when we get into these next couple of games. Actually, the rest of this year, we need them.
I know you've probably not spent a lot of time on it, but you're auditioning for this job. You talked about wanting it on some level. Is that in your thinking?
I think I mentioned this. I'm not sure to who or when, but I'm coaching like I coach the tight ends, or I'm an offensive coordinator. This is how I coach. I'm not trying to do anything more than my job, and my job is obviously now to have a little more control over other areas. But this is not for any other reason, but this is how I coach, and I got plenty to do other than worry about what's going to happen after the year. I got to worry about the now, right now.
You optimistic about Kendall at this point?
Kendall came out earlier and ran. We were just 2 more days. Not going to be a big thing for him to rest, but I'm feeling pretty good about him for this weekend.
What does he bring maybe that some of the other receivers don't necessarily have? What is Kendall?
Well, he's shown you that he has the ability to score when he gets the ball in his hands, and I'm not saying those other guys haven't, but he has shown that, and we need that. We need some explosive plays that are not just wide open, but maybe breaking a tackle or making somebody miss. And Kendall has that ability.
Big chunk.
Just big chunks and big to move the ball and hopefully put points on the board.
In the last game, I know Derek was kind of limited to just the pass rushing. Is that something that's going to bother him, you think, for a while?
I think, well, based on the Thursday game and his injury, that was a case for that game. But I think it's having some time this weekend to, obviously 10 days before a game, I think it may be extended. We'll see how the week goes with him. But that was really the plan for a Thursday night game.
Did you explore maybe some different looks on the offensive line? Is that something you tinker with a little bit? Or?
We did, because of the extra day. We looked at Quentin Spain at left guard, worked him in there a little bit. He and Jeremiah worked at left guard. Joe, again, worked at center. Again, the extra day, seeing what they did when I go in there and watch the tape. And may do a little bit more of that on Wednesday when we put the pads on. That'll be another indicator for us if we need to do some things differently.
Is Andy just kind of still, being a rookie, just kind of work in progress?
Andy, he'll tell you probably did not play his best game this last game, but Andy has really played well for us to be thrown into the situation he's been thrown in as a rookie and literally be the guy that's making all the calls with a rookie quarterback. He's done well. It's just he got beat a couple times this last game, and we're not trying to replace him by any means. We're trying to look at our best options against who we're about to play, the Raiders, this week.
What have you liked about Spain and what you've seen from him?
Size. He's smart. Obviously, hasn't got a lot of experience, but he really works out here. Works really hard, and he's gotten better since he's been here. Bob's done a good job with him. So we're just, again, size has a lot to do with it.
What would you say to the fans for the next 6 games? You've been pretty optimistic.
Hang in there with us. They got a team that is doing the best that they can, trying to win football games, and we're very close to winning them. We got to, just hang there with us. We are not giving in by any means. There's been no sign of that, and neither support. They've got a team that wants to win worse than they do, and a staff that does too. So we'll represent the city and this organization, I can promise you, as well as it can be.
With Dexter being out for a little bit, is this an opportunity for Sankey maybe to get back?
He'll get more opportunities, yes. He'll get more opportunities. I would anticipate Cobb getting more opportunities this game coming up.
What do you think you'll do in the return game without Dexter?
We're looking at some options. Obviously you saw what we did, but there's some other guys. Parrish has returned punts before. We'll make that decision by the end of the week, but there's some options.
Trey, likely kickoff?
Better chance this week than last Thursday. I can say that. He's just got his feet wet last week, kind of coming up from the practice squad, but there's a good chance that could happen, yes.
At the rate, I know you had a lot of touchbacks just kicked out of the end zone by the Jags. The week before, it seemed like Panthers were daring you to come out because they were tackling you regularly short of 20. What do you, I know you'd like a big return. What's the rule on coming out?
Yeah, you're right. You're actually right about it. I felt like that same thing. They were almost inviting us to try to get it past the 20, which was slap in the face, in my opinion, to that special teams unit, and it was addressed. But it's good decisions is what we're looking for coming out of the end zone, and we got a yard line that when we want to be catching it going forward, we don't want to catch it as we're stepping back. But we do have parameters of when they should come out and when they shouldn't, and that's something that certainly can be better than it's been.
Have those not been followed?
It's been very judgmental, and I like the guys. I think they think I can do this, but they got to just understand why we're doing that. As you're retreating, which I hate to use that word, in the end zone, it's hard to get any momentum. You watch these guys, especially that punt against us on Thursday night. He caught that going forward, literally hitting it almost full speed. That's what we want. We want momentum going forward, if we can.
That's interim head coach Mike Mularkey for the Titans earlier today at St. Thomas Sports Park. Coming up, Rhett Bryan, the executive producer and game day host of Titans Radio, will be in studio with us for Titans Talk, taking your phone calls. We want to talk Titans football with you. Our phone lines are open at 615-737-7767, 615-737-7767. You can talk about the upcoming schedule, look back to the last week's game against Jacksonville, and talk about this Titans roster. We are live tonight on News Channel 5 Plus.